Namaskar, hello and welcome to Sansad TV. I am Namrata Singh and you're watching Sarokar, the show that dives deep into the issues that matter to all of us as citizens, as families and as a society. Today we bring you a timely episode, Cracking the Admission Code. For lakhs of students across India, entrance exams like CUET, NEET, JEE and others bring a wave of hope, uncertainty and immense pressure. Each one is holding their breath, asking, will I get into the college of my dreams? It's that time of the year again. Summer is at its peak and so is the anxiety. For students and their families, this moment is not just about marks. It's about the future. It's about years of hard work, long nights, endless coaching and emotional investment. In every second household, the questions are the same. Will my child get into Delhi University? Will they get the course they want? And if not, then what? What are the other options? Can one bounce back? What's the right mindset to face rejection, success, or a sudden change in plans? For many middle-class families, the pressure starts early, not just to crack CUET, but to get into IITs or qualify for NEET. But in all of this, are we forgetting the joy of learning? Are we pushing our young minds into stress before they have even begun their journey? In this episode, we open the door to an important and timely conversation about possibilities, not just pressure. So to talk about all this, I'm joined by a very eminent panel of guests who will help us decode the process and more importantly, the path forward. Please join me in welcoming Professor Haneed Gandhi, Dean of Admissions at Delhi University. Welcome to the show, ma'am. I'm also delighted to welcome Professor Rajesh Sagar, Consultant Psychiatrist and Professor of Psychiatry at AIIMS, New Delhi. Thank you for joining us. And it's also a pleasure to welcome Ms. Surabhi Dewra, career counselor and founder of CareerGuide.com. Great to have you with us. And finally, a warm welcome to our wonderful studio audience. Today, we are here to hear your voices, your questions, and together try to find some of the answers you have been searching for. So, let me begin the discussion with you, Professor Gandhi. Every year, college admissions, bring the same pressure, same anxiety. And now, though CUET has, helped us move the high cutoffs and, multiple entrance exams. But have we truly addressed the deeper issues in our admission system or have we just shifted the stress?
That's a tricky one. So, see, one thing that we have seen with this introduction of CUET is that the anxiety of these students to appear for a test, for a board examinations perhaps would have reduced. The second thing that we have seen with the CUET, it's become a balanced leverage ground for everybody. So the students who could not make to the University of Delhi due to their inflammation in the marks or whatsoever reason, now we have one platform through which the candidates across the country are getting admission to University of Delhi. And we see a heterogeneity in the classrooms, we see a heterogeneity in the demographies, we see a heterogeneity in the movement of the students also across the colleges. So that's a positive analysis that we can say it has happened because of the CUET.
Okay. Also, Professor, how do you see the journey of CUET over the years? Has it evolved the way it was intended to?
Definitely, it's been evolving. There are improvisations being done. The government is also doing, NTA is also, improvising on based on the data. A lot of data gets added to it every year. So, for example, last year there were around 63 subjects. This year there are 37 subjects in CUET is being done. Last year it was in a hybrid mode. This year they've come back to a computer-based test. And I'm sure they've taken care of all the centers also. So all these aspects are, every year we see a little bit of more taking it ahead, taking it forward, improvising it, improving it with the feedback that we get from the students. The syllabus has been reduced, the syllabus very limited. It's not like you have to read everything from your NCERT books. They give a very limited syllabus in which you have to prepare. The question paper timings and the questions have also been reduced. So we see all this as a very positive move in admitting the students.
Okay. Dr. Sagar, if I may ask that, there's a growing perception that if a student doesn't get into the top college, then their future is doomed. Or, how harmful is this mindset especially when it comes to the mental and emotional well-being of a student?
So that's very important to know that in a way, what the message is that if you have academically the success is not there, or you have not achieved to your, not gone into the dream college, does not mean that it's a personal failure. I think that's what I think that the important message is. And because we know because that's the best way of selecting the best students out of so many students. So, and if you have not gone through, only few will come in that. And if you have not, so you should not think that it's your personal failure. There where the problem lies, that you have anxiety, you will have sleep problems, you will have mood symptoms or mood swings and so on. And you will feel that life is worthless and so on. So I think that, because that's a very critical period. But important thing is that we should understand that that is what the ability to bounce back should be there, that if you have not gone through, does not mean that's the end of the life, end of the door, and you may come out strongly. And there are many, many examples what we have, and which we can discuss. And in a way, you can come out strongly later on. And so you should not think in that way, and because only few will come. And the important thing is that what is important, that you need to choose the branch and the subject of your interest where you can really excel. And but these are all because somewhere we try to grade the success with your marks, with your number. That's how it is. We try to compare different people. That's how the expectations are so high. Not only to the parents or your colleagues or peers, but your own self. You have raised the bar so high, and if you are not able to achieve that, then if this discrepancy can create a problem. But again, the message is that you should not think it's your own failure, because it's just a method of exam which you may not have performed, but later on you can come out strongly. And that's what the message we want to give here.
So let's not be stressed. You can always bounce back.
Yeah.
Ms. Dewra, as a career counselor, how do you see this shift? You know, earlier the race was about 99%. Now it's about the entrance exam. So has everything truly improved, or has the stress just changed shape for you?
Stress has just changed the shape. Earlier it was school board exam. Now it's also school and the CUT entrance exam. I'll agree with ma'am that at least there's no discrimination between state board and CBSE board because of CUET, but CUET has given rise to mushroom of coaching centers. Now I'm going to school also. Now I have to excel in board exams also. Definitely I can't stick with 60%, right? And then I also have to excel in CUET. Okay. I think the stress is much more for students. Saying that, definitely lot of positivity has happened, but we also have to understand these kids now have to go morning 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock to school, and after 4 o'clock take a quick lunch break and then go to coaching center. What? And we are giving rise to another industry. Instead of curbing the coaching center, we are giving rise to another set of coaching centers. Oh, and everywhere, everybody is doing CUET prep, CUET prep, CUET prep. And students are confused. Should I focus on board? Should I focus on CUET? And as career counselors, it gets very difficult for us to go and tell parents, hey, we have to tell the truth.
But earlier also there were multiple college exams. I have given like journalism entrance exam. Earlier also we used to have entrance exams, right?
But government universities just worked on board exam scores, right? So let's say if I wanted to get to Delhi University, I was good doing CBSE board exams and good with it, right? And then there was definitely specialized, which still is there.
Okay.
Right.
Right. So, but Professor Gandhi, you know, how significant is class 12th board exam today?
Correct. So I like to add, taking what ma'am said, that first of all, Delhi University took a very conscious decision that you give your CUET paper only in the papers that, only in the subjects that you've studied in class 12th.
Right.
This step was very, very conscious only because, we knew that, yes, if somebody has to study a subject that you've not studied for the past 2 years, you would need some extra additional help. We don't want you to do that. You give CUET in the subjects which you've studied in class 12th. CUET is also based only on the NCERT textbooks. Rather, the syllabus is little less. The only difference is that perhaps there are long answers that you have to answer in CBSE, and in CUET it's a MCQ based system. But we've been told by many boards that very soon the assessment pattern is also going to change. In fact, they have changed it also. They are also preparing their students on the pattern of CUET. So, I mean, at least personally I say, and then we did a little informal study in our colleges also, the top colleges in which students have taken admission, and informally we, not a formal data, but yes, when they take admission, they definitely come to my office and meet me.
Right.
So I often ask them whether, did you take any additional coaching? And we were very happy to know, and then I can quote them also here, that most of the students who made to the good colleges of the university did not take any additional help. They did not have to go to any so-called any preparation centers. So that's something that, you need to, the students need to understand that if you're studying your class 12th examination courses very diligently, seriously, perhaps you may not need any coaching. It just probably, we feel a little lost, and maybe our psychiatrist friend can then throw a light that you feel that it's a left out feeling that you undergo.
That everybody is going to coaching centers, I am not
going. So
right.
Perhaps, and that rush to, and the race to make it to the colleges perhaps make them and their parents more anxious. But honestly, if you ask me, I would suggest that you concentrate on what you've studied in class 12th, revise it, because within 2 months you have to appear for CUET.
Also, I wanted to understand from you that what about students who haven't scored maybe 99% or 100% in CUET and they don't get through the top colleges? So what are the other, so if they have less cutout, then what are the options they have? Like, sometimes if I have only selected 5 top colleges, and if I don't get through those colleges, then what's the procedure?
So let me first, apprise you of the system through CUET, how Delhi University have changed its admission pattern also. Now the admission pattern, we have 69 colleges. We have around 1,559 program plus college combinations. All this is available only through one platform, which is called the Common Seat Allocation System, the CSAS. And the students sitting here are already aware of the CSAS pattern as well. So what we ask the students, which we are going to launch now, the phase 2, you give a preference from all the colleges and all the courses in which you wish to take admission in. And that doesn't leave you only with the limited choice of just 5 colleges. You pick as many out of these 1,500 if you're eligible. You pick 1,500 choices, where it's another world for you. Then we also do admissions through our supernumerary category, like ECA, like sports, like CW category, like PW category. So there are many other options also through which we admit students. And all our colleges, 69 colleges, are now have an equivalent ranking. It's not just 5, 6 colleges which are based in the campus. Every college of University of Delhi has almost at par NAC ranking. So go and look at the website of the colleges and you will see that how our colleges have evolved over these years, how significantly every college is now competitive with the other one.
Okay. So Dr. Sagar, we often hear students losing sleep, breaking down emotionally, especially when they don't get through the colleges they want. So in such high pressure situation, how can parents, school and society respond with greater sensitivity and support to help the student cope better?
I think that's a very important point, and we see that a lot of the families, the children, adolescents, and they visit our clinics during these time when the results are announced or when the exams are there. And a lot of government also has taken up a lot of initiatives related to the exam stress and so on. I think the most important thing is that if there are these symptoms are there, then you should not ignore it. And the role of family is so important, that to have a proper sleep, proper diet, and some kind of activity, taking time off. Sometimes what we advise, your reading skills, and not putting so much pressure on yourself. I think because what has been found that to have dreams, ambitions are fine, because that will motivate you. We always say that, okay, that's fine. But putting a lot of pressure on yourself actually can be harmful, and because anxiety may be there, and some even there are instances of depression and sleep problems, and again there is a vicious cycle is there, because they want to study just before the day of the exam and just keep on studying whole night, and next day they feel they sometimes they are frozen, and lot of anxiety is there when they see the paper, and they
feel lost.
feel lost, and so on. So the message is, take it like any other day. I think as a psychiatrist, as a mental health professional, I can say that these are all just numbers. Again, I am saying that okay, you have done your best, but try to see that how you can cope with the stress, how you can handle the stress. I think these are some of the important lessons of the life. And if you have not got a success in one time, does not mean that you are good for nothing. And so there are always the next chances are there, and it is important that is what always in my clinic I ask, that okay, when they come to us, okay, you in the past how many times you had a failure, and there would be, in fact there are many examples that all of us have failures in our life. An important thing is how you cope with that situation, and how you have handled that situation. And that is what we all need to teach our students. Even and this is not the responsibility of a psychiatrist, even parents, teachers, they have to teach that okay, these are the failures which are part of the life. So the message is, it's okay to be not okay. I think that's also we need to see, that even if there is anxiety and these symptoms are there, it's not the end of the world. And so you can the ability, that's what we call the resilience, that how you can bounce back, how you can come out strongly. And there are many instances where because it is something like the situation of exam, either there are some who can see it as a threat, some kind of fear may be there, or some see it as a challenge also. Okay, I will do it, I am taking as a challenge. So it is all your own perception. That is what we call as a cognitive appraisal, that how you see the thing. You may see it as a threat, so again this exam is there, again I have to do, again I have to go through anxiety and so on. Some may see it as challenge. Okay, I will do it, I will do my best, I will come out strongly, I will come out, and but the thing is that again the role of parent, teacher is so important, because sometimes we try to equate, we try to compare, we try to say, they got so much marks, why don't you come? Why you have not got into this college? Of course, a lot of sensitivity has come in parents now also. I must say this over the years with a lot of discussion, but that's very harmful. Sometimes parents, when they come to our clinic, hum to kehte nahi hai. We don't say that you should come to this college, we should come to. But the thing is that child has put their bar so high, because that is their own perception also. So the message is that we should teach these children that how to cope with the stress. Failure are part of life. I think that is what is important. And important thing is how you can get out strongly from this, and you will always have a second chance. And if these symptoms are there, you should not shy away from discussing that. Always we say, if you have a problem, then always talk about it. It does not mean you have to talk to a doctor or mental health professional. Even you can talk to your parents, your friend, and sometimes we always give a message, let's talk about it, let's express it. And that is why we always say that there has to be a safe places of expression of yourself, and that is very therapeutic also. And it's a normal to seek help also, because sometimes we put so much stigma around this, that okay, he has consulted this psychiatrist, this one, this person, and so on. I think that should stop now, because it's okay if you have a problem, if you have pain abdomen, we just go to the hospital and we get ourselves tested, and finally everything is fine. So similarly, if there is a problem, you should not shy away from seeking help. That is what we always say, that the way we take care of physical health, similarly we have to take care of emotional health also.
Bilkul.
I think that's
Definitely.
a very, and in that way, I think the message here is, emotional health is your own. The way we take care of physical, same way we have to take care of emotional health. We should not ignore it.
We should not ignore it, and very well said. It's okay not to be okay. Ms. Dewra, let's say a student doesn't make it to their dream college. So what practical, meaningful options they can explore?
Okay, a very interesting question, because dream college, not getting into dream college is not end of life. Because there are lots and lots of colleges, universities, which I call them new age universities. Remember, students today have lot more options what we had 20 years back, 30 years back. These days, a good university or dream university is not the university where my parents studied, right? But a dream university, a good university or good institution should be where which will equip you for AI-driven world, a 21st century AI-driven world, and which will give you exposure, which will give you personality, which will give you ability to do internships, which will give you good opportunity to go to world of work. And there are ample of universities. It's just that there is a myth, or there's just a whole lot of conversation around government university versus private university, and we end up thinking, Namrata, that government universities are the only dream university we need to have. We need to understand, yes, government universities are subsidized, hence the same kind of infrastructure we get at lesser cost of education, but there are so many new age universities which will give you internships, which will give you study abroad exposure, which will give you guest lectures, which will give you AI thinking, which will make personality, which will give you communication skills. You need to find about those universities. And the good thing is, India has lots of them. Lots of them. Just in Delhi NCR, we have many of them. So the idea is, don't cry. I didn't get into this. First of all, take a deep breath, as Sir said, and know your careers will be good even if you don't make it to so-called dream university or so-called dream college. Meet a career counselor or go and speak to somebody who is an expert and find out what are your alternate options. But very important cheat code which we give to all students and parents, just don't apply and fill application just for one college. Thinking, I am going to get in this is my dream. If I don't get, I am not moving ahead. That's not how it works. I will suggest minimum 5 to 7 application, fill it, block your seat, whatever application, whatever seat block money, they all are refundable by government guidelines. Block it, leave it. If you don't get your dream university, perfect. Go for your second option, go for your third option, but know that ample of options, ample. Getting into IIT or BITS is just not, if I don't get into, oh my God, I won't have a career. If I don't get into top 5 DU colleges, no, it doesn't mean you won't have career. You still will have a career. It's just that you will need to make that extra effort to plan your career. So that's my take now.
Explore more options.
Absolutely,
basically.
and fill at least 5 to 7 applications.
Definitely. Professor Gandhi, how do you personally define intelligence? Because do you think that getting only like marks in 90s is some, you will call that as a bright student? No, right?
Absolutely not.
Yes, yes.
So let me first, I'm an educationist also because that's my parent discipline. So first of all, let me tell you how you grow in your life. And intelligence to me is your making an informed decision in these circumstances in which you are. It's a very simple process. Right now, wherever you are, you have some choices. Everywhere you'll have a choice. Where you stand, and among those choices that you have, if you make an informed decision, that is being intelligent. To me, that's a very simple definition of intelligence. Your coping mechanism, your problem-solving abilities. So, given the constraints, given your current situation, you make a best choice for yourself. Obviously, the circumstances will change. It's how you communicate. Often we do a lot of public dealing. The first thing that attracts anybody is how you communicate, how clear you are. That means if you're communicating properly, then there is a very strong connection in what you are speaking, thinking, and expressing. That's the first trait of being intelligent. Okay, so you should know what you're talking about. You should know what you're thinking about it. If everything is clear, then definitely believe me that you're an intelligent person. And nowadays, as each one of us are stressing, it's not important to have a good so-called those academic marks. It's your overall development. It's how you perceive yourself. It's how you maintain your perseverance, how confident you are, and every age, every step will give you something new to learn. Coping up with it, embracing it with a smile. That's most important. Every situation, you will definitely come out of it, how hard it would be. Time just flies, time passes away. You probably, all of you have just given class 12th, right? You could be 17 years old. In a flick of second, you don't even realize that you're 17. We don't realize we are so old. so, so it's, so every decision that your parents would have taken, right and wrong will come later. It's the situation in which you've taken a decision that's more important, and that's your level of intelligence that you can have. It's a very simple thing for me.
Definitely. Dr. Sagar, in a country where, we dream of reaching moon, and there is no surprise that our academic aspirations are also very high. So we have seen or heard parents, they're deciding their child to go to AIMS or IITs when they are born. Like when they are in class 7th, they send them for coachings. So what's the cost of this kind of parenting? What advice would you want to give to such parenting?
Yeah, I will say that, okay, it's okay if you dream. I think that's fine, because that will motivate you, that will in a way drive you also. That's fine, but putting so much pressure on yourself, and there is a good evidence for that. In fact, we discussed about intelligence, and because the important thing is what we call as emotional intelligence, how you can relate yourself, how you can address the anger within yourself, and this is such a important, the success lies that the balance of how much balance with the emotional intelligence, social intelligence you have. That is why always I say, when I have to write a CV for my student, like in Western countries, they always ask that whether this person is able to work in a team or not, he is a team man or not. So this is also very, very important. So that is why the overall growth is important. So I think the message here is that we need to see that though the aspirations are there of IITs and AIMS or top colleges of the country, that's of course we want to have that as a dream. But always, if you see the life history of people, actually those who have not been trained in the dream college, in fact, in one way, I would discourage having these top colleges, top 10, top 5, because that in a way puts people off, as if they are in such an inferior college or inferior, because that's not the case. Because you can really excel there also. People does not mean that those who are in IT, they will always go to the top positions in the world. It's not so. Those who are in that so-called mediocre, they also can excel. And there are many examples of that. I think we should give those examples. So if you have not gone to that dream college, so-called IITs, still the message is that you can excel there. You have to work hard. And as I said, it's not just, though we stress so much on the numbers, marks, grades and so on, but you have to see that where your interest lies, where you can excel, you can even change your stream, where your interest is there. So look at that, and the important thing is the overall growth and development is important, and that is what we need to see. And you may do good even if you are not in the top college. I think that's what the important message. I am sure my other panelists will agree with that it is not so important that you only need to be in the top 10 college of the country or the world. In fact, we should get away from this mindset, and even we should think that, okay, we are happy with ourselves, what we have done. That is what we say, self-awareness. How I am comfortable with myself, that is more important. Even those who are in the top institute, sometimes they have so much difficulty. I see so many young people in my clinic, they have difficulty, because what happens in the top college, because they are the topper of the school, but when they see people who have come, they all are toppers there, then they have a lot of difficulty. They have their difficulty to cope, because they are used to be only a number 1 position in their school.
Right.
When they come to institute like AIMS or IIT, there they see that, okay, 100 people are also topper of their school. Then they find that they have come so down. They are not able to cope that situation.
Right.
So again, the important thing is we need to see that how we are able to cope, how we are able to handle these difficult situations, and this situation will come, and we have to accept the failure if they come in life. We have to see that how stronger we have become, I think that is more important.
Definitely, we should accept the failure and be positive. But, Ms. Dewra, one thing I would like to ask you, that affordability is also a growing concern, like with private colleges fee running into lakhs. So it also gets very difficult.
Very interesting question. Yes, affordability is concerned. College fees and cost of education has gone high, including likes of so-called top dream colleges. That's definitely a concern. In this case, I can give two options to students. One is, alongside your college, you can do your part-time internships, work from home, and it's quite good, nice. Second, there are a lot of scholarships available on college websites. Please explore it and try to explore it much before the college application process starts, so that you are aware of. And colleges are very happy to give these scholarships if a student comes forward and asks for it. But let's say none of these works for you. There are other opportunity of open schools, which I do suggest, right, in case affordability becomes a question mark. But with open schools, very good facilities, because we saw 2 years in COVID, we all studied like an open school, right? Online, through video. So yes, infrastructure has become better, way to teach has become better. But in that case, if you're doing an open school, there's few pointers one should really remember. Please, after attending class, try to do internship every year, at least one, so that you stay connected with people. Try to attend a lot of workshops outside the colleges. Try to attend all the workshops and seminars which these open schools provide. We learn most when we interact with people, interact with peer, take part in annual functions, college fest, organize these. Those create our personality. So in case if you're enrolling in any sort of distance learning program or open school, make sure you are continuing your hobbies, you are continuing your extracurriculars, and you're attending a lot of workshops wherever you can find, so that your social skills, communication skills, and personality development builds on.
So basically, explore your options. So now I open the floor for the audience.
Ma'am, I'm Ujjwal Arya. I'm here to ask that is it advisable to take a drop for 1 year or some time to self-educate yourself, as there are many topics because of which you might not want to go to a college?
Ujjwal, fantastic question. I really appreciate, because I was hoping when you said, can I take drop? I thought you will say, can I take drop to prepare for entrance exam? But no, you said, can I take a drop to explore myself? Wow, clap to you, absolutely do it. Drop year is a very popular concept to explore yourself in Western countries. People take drop, they do internship, they travel, they understand, and then they take admission. So yes, quite advisable, provided you don't, there's nobody in the home telling you every time, kya kar raha hai? Kyun baitha hai ghar mein? Right? Or you are not getting under peer pressure. Oh, you're not going to college? Don't get into that pressure. If you're okay with, great, do it. That's my take.
Ma'am, you would like to answer?
So, depends on for what reason you are taking a drop year. If you're enhancing your abilities, go ahead. But let me tell you, with the national education policy, a lot of changes have come up in the education system. If you're taking I would personally suggest that, as you know, my panelist also said that you should not feel the pressure of sitting at home all the time. But there is a lot of opportunities to do a dual degree as well. You can take a correspondence course or an online course along with a regular course. Some of the universities are even offering 2 regular courses, whereas Delhi University doesn't allow you to do 2 regular courses at a time. So I would suggest that instead of dropping it all together, perhaps you enroll yourself from at least one course, and then simultaneously if you get an opportunity to enroll for another course, so that you don't waste a year. Many people who could not make to the CUET this year, they can also come to our School of Open Learning, enroll yourself, and start, because the degree is same. So explore these opportunities in other universities also, because with the national education policy, there is a provision of multi-entry, multiple exit. You can take a course right now, you can exit after 1 year, you'll get a certificate. If you drop after 2 years, you get a diploma. If you exit after 3 years, you get a degree. If you exit after 4 years, then you get an honors degree with perhaps a research or an entrepreneurship or a project. So there are a lot of these opportunities which gives you an opportunity to take a break. If you wish to take a break, enroll yourself, take a break, and then come back.
As you have said in your answer, that there might be many reasons to take a drop. Let's just say hypothetically, there are some personal issues and you are not emotionally stable. And you might feel burnout from all the study from 24/7. So is it good or bad?
Well, that's a very subjective question. Yes, there are situations when you may like to, take a little retreat and a break, and then emotionally, if you wish to. But exploring the world is always a good opportunity. It rejuvenates you. So a very sensitive and a very subjective question, but I think that's how I would like to take it. That it's very subjective. Maybe Sir could answer.
I
it.
think
He's a
Dr. Sagar
psychiatrist.
would be the best to answer
Okay,
this
so
question.
I think my response to this is, somewhere we put a word drop as a very negative sense. So I think the message here is that if it allows, the situation is there where you need to drop, and one of the example you gave that if you are not emotionally strong, then why not explore this opportunity? Again, it is a person to person. One cannot be generic to say that always, because what we should know that dropping also, you are sitting at home, that can be more stressful also, because you are alone, you are not with your friends, because going to college is not just for studies. We all know that. That is what we always say, in a way you are meeting your friends, you are doing something, you are having a fun, you are having a joy together. Being in a company itself is very stress buster in that way. So you have to see all the pros and cons, and taking a drop. And I agree that there are many things which can be done during this so-called drop period also. You can enhance your skill, and there are so many options available. My colleagues will tell you here that you can do it, but that will not be really a drop in that sense. So you can make best use of the time. Always we say, because this is a very fertile mind and you can use it. And always we say, one of the slogan when we say the mind is either you use it or lose it. That is in the context of dementia and all, we say, because it's such a fertile, you use it because there are so many things available. So in that sense, it's not a drop. But again, it will depend on person to person. If there is emotional problem, then definitely one should seek a help. As I said earlier, you should not shy away. We should, in a way, encourage a person. If not only you, your friend or family member has any problem, then you should always encourage them, because, and we all know those problems are so common. Let me tell you, the figures are exaggerated. It's so huge. The magnitude of having a problem during college is so vast. We try to ignore it, and sometimes if we are not taking care, then it can lead to the serious repercussion also. We should be aware of it. We all know it.
My name is Prince Annie. So I have a question for you. It's an opinion-based question. I want to know, what is your opinion? Are we heading towards an impending mental health crisis in students like us who are just 17 and they are, I won't use the word forced, but they have to make a decision what they will do ahead for 3 years or 4 years, what they'll choose as a career? Or are we getting, as an Indian society, more vocal towards the mental health crisis that a student may face after studying for 12 years in a school and then making a choice for college? And second question is for Professor Gandhi. Ma'am, as they say, too many boils spoil the broth. We have too many options when we go through the DU CSAS portal. We'll be getting the phase 2 now. I have many friends who are making a preference list of at least 222 colleges and program combinations. So there are many programs and combinations. So is there any initiative from Delhi University to make it more concise, to publish a report or maybe a list of this combination so that it could be easy for students like us?
Okay, great question. I will answer. That was your first question. Wonderful. Prince, no? Okay, great. So, yes, I think in a way, I would say that in the recent time, that some of the media headlines are, the crisis and mental health, and some of, things are coming up. And there is no doubt that the prevalence, the burden has increased over a period of time. No doubt. We cannot deny this. And but at the same time, to say that the crisis, I would not agree with that. It is, the important thing is that in a way, it is giving a message to people that if there is a problem, accept it and face it and take a treatment for that. And that's what, So because If you are not taking a help or treatment, then it may lead to a crisis, because help is available. Now, like I will tell you that whole of the country, in all district, we have a district mental health program, the country has now. And all the psychiatric patients can be dealt at the district level also. Leave aside all the medical colleges, 700 plus medical colleges. So help is available. I'm not talking of Delhi. Delhi, of course, there are many centers are there. Even outside Delhi also, the help is available now. Gone are the days where, you have to travel for long, to seek a help. So help is available. So the message here is, if you have a problem, because the problem comes when we try to put so much stigma attached to it, so which leads to the obstacles, which leads to barrier. We do not seek a help. A lot of people, they put a stigma. A lot of discrimination is there, which leads to more problem. So we should, if there is a problem, you should accept it, seek a help.
Definitely. So basically, don't shy away from seeking a help. And ma'am, too many options.
Okay. So yes, so first thing, what we've done in our portal is that you will be shown only the programs in which you would be eligible in. As I said, there are options of 1500 plus combinations, but not every student is eligible for all the 1500 combinations. If you, for example, if you've not taken mathematics, some of the programs you are not eligible to. Similarly, if you've not taken any particular subject which is mandatory, physics, chemistry, maths, that's a combination for sciences. If you've not appeared in CUET, those options will not come to you. So there is a first level of sifting that happens there. Only the programs in which you are eligible, you will only be able to select them. That's the first thing. The second thing that I want to give as an advice is that first you sort the programs in which you are most keen to take admission. All right, the program should take a preference over the college. Identify the courses in which you wish to take the admissions. First, make a list of those courses. Within those courses, then go for different colleges and see where your colleges lie. And then start juggling the list. That's the tip that I can give you. But couple of things that you should keep in mind is look for the program, look for the course, and rather than the college. So that should be your first thing to look up. As I said, that all colleges now are at part. And see the vicinity of the college from your home. If you cannot travel from one corner of Delhi to another corner, think about it, because our schedules are also, once you start your internship in the 4th year, once you start your projects, it gets more intense. We have our timetable runs throughout the day.
Ma'am, I Rudraksh Tiwari. Ma'am, as per you said, there are new age courses. Ma'am, can you please recommend some underrated courses which are highly preferable for our future?
A lot of parents think design is art and craft, but design gets paid equally well as a IIT engineers. They are very underrated. In fact, when we tell somebody that even IIT Bombay has a design course, then they agree. So design related careers would be one. Second, I can always recommend to careers related to communication skills, journalism and mass communication, because I believe in the age of AI, it's your communication which will help you beat the machine. So yes, ability to deal with that would be very important, and that's not very popular. Third, I think in the new age courses, I'll suggest when you're looking at the course, look at the AI component on the course. How many semester, what courses, what it could be done, and it's okay if colleges have yet not picked up to that. Can you still go and learn some extra course or something? So anything to blend of that AI, cyber security would be great.
As you said, AI is a futuristic course. So many courses like BSc, BCom, BBA, BA, are they not so futuristic now? If yes, then what? How can we make them more futuristic?
Say this on national TV, but yes, they are not very futuristic. But good that you have mentioned the second part. How can you make this futuristic? Pick up a lot of extra courses. Most of the colleges and universities do have skill courses. Pick that up additionally. Second, do a lot of internships. At least, even if your college curriculum says 1 in 4 years or 1 in 3 years, try to do at least 1 in 1 year.
How to avoid career regrets? Like, I want to do something now, but
There's nothing called you can avoid career regrets. You will always have. Right?
Everyone has it.
Have,
Everyone.
right? It's just planning more, talking to more, attending such talks more, you will minimize it. Minimize it.
So ma'am, beginning with you very quickly, what's the one message you would like to give to our students and parents who are watching this show?
I would suggest that just embrace your positivities, your strengths, and your weaknesses, because life is too short. But at the same time, it gets really heavy when you kind of make wrong choices. But just be happy and embrace the choices that you've made. That's the only thing that I would like to say.
Dr. Sansad?
Yeah, already I agree. And so my message is to society and teachers and parents and everyone, where support people who have a difficulty, who have problems, support them, lay your shoulder to them, give advice to them how they can, feel better, and always give advice so that they can seek help, and do not stigmatize these people who have a difficulty, who have a tough time, because we all go through the tough time, and bounce back. I think that's a message we'll give here.
Ms. Dewra?
My pointer would be, there's nothing called top college or top career. Wherever you're enjoying and you're able to invest 8 hours a day with lot of joy, that's your top career and that's your top college. So that should be.
Definitely. So it's time now to wrap up today's discussion. We have heard some honest and thought-provoking perspectives from our experts and our audience. And what's clear is this: success isn't defined by one exam or one college. There are many paths, many choices, and more than one way to build a meaningful future. So to every student watching, your marks don't define your worth. Keep learning, keep growing. Thank you to our panelists, our wonderful audience, and to you, our viewers, for being part of this important conversation. So stay tuned and keep watching Sansad TV.